Make sure your microphone's off mute. Live to AI by BizRise.io. Today, I'm going to show you how to train your own Vertex AI conversation agent on Colorado grant programs for small businesses. My name is Jack. Make sure you subscribe to the channel below. I do these live. They're not perfect, and I cuss a little. If that offends you, please fuck off now. AI can't cuss that well, so that way you know I'm fucking real. Let's get into it. We're going to have some fun. If you have a question, just drop it on the comments in the live. If I can adjust and figure it out live, we'll go do it. We'll figure it out live. That's what we do. Hang tight, let's have a little fun, and I'll switch some screens over. What is the first step to developing a Vertex AI conversation agent on Colorado grant programs? Well, let's go to Vertex AI. It is a Google Cloud Platform product. It is an AI-powered chat agent, and you can do a lot with it for your business. If you have information that you can train it on that's personal to what you do, like workout plans, marketing scripts, recipes, building code information, handbook, any business information you want to train your own AI on, you can. Best part about it is it's going to learn from every interaction. You don't necessarily have to think about model training as some big fucking project, right? Every conversation is, and I will show you how right now. So the first step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Google Cloud Platform. I'm just gonna search for it so you guys can see where it is in the search results if first time being there. All right, Google Cloud Platform, we'll select that. Now what you're gonna have to do is create a project, and if you need help creating a GCP account, let me know. Don't be scared signing up for it. Really what it means is it's Google's online cloud platform for enterprise grade computing, artificial intelligence. They give you a lot of tools that are available. Just go use them. And if you can use Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive, you can do this, I promise you. If you need help creating an account, or if you guys want a tutorial on how to create a GCP account, let me know. Honestly, if you go there, you're probably going to find out they give you a ton of free credits to get started and try out some of this awesome technology. So have fun with it. You're not going to break anything. And if you're worried about security, ask yourself this question. Who do you think has better data security? Google on GCP, or you with all of your data on your computer with your home Wi-Fi router from Xfinity? GCP is safe. Relax. Okay. Let's go to my project, YouTube demos. Okay. You'll create a project and you have to hook it up to billing. Some of these, I mean, it'd be like, yeah, put a billing card on file, but you have $1,000 in free credits for chat. All right. So don't worry about it. Just getting signed up. All right. But let's go over to agent. And I started building one of these last night, but we're just going to start from scratch because a good thing about these is I was talking about Vertex AI conversation, you know, and how to really optimize using those as far as a conversational agent. And you can see right here, I did, am I on the screen? Yeah, I did a search for it, a Vertex AI search. And they're essentially going to function the same way as far as uploading the data and getting them started. So since I have that one started, it's kind of the same thing. I'm just going to do a chat agent on this one so people can ask you questions. All right. So if my goal is, wait, I got to get my links in here. Make sure we get these links for everybody, because that was the whole plan. You got to have the click by click links. You know, if you're going to prove it, why not map it out with some links, bud? Exactly. GCP. Google Cloud Platform. Let's get this link. I will post this in the comments of YouTube as well, so you know where to get started. Boom. Step one link. Step one. All right, that link is on YouTube. All right. Step one. Okay. So after we're in GCP, let's make sure we select our project, YouTube demo. Okay, and then we're going to come up here and we're going to type in agent. Select agent builder. Let me grab this link. Links are added for agent builder. Now, the goal is to create a new agent off small business grants. We have the search down on the window. How are we going to do that, and what do we need, right? So we need our AI agent. So we need that app, which will be create the app. We need a data store. So we're going to put some data in a cloud storage bucket. And we need to get the grant information. So we'll go to the Colorado State website, check out what grants are available, see if we can take all that information and make it a little bit more easy to understand by just asking the chat agent. And I'm going to do it in a way where I'm going to copy the information, right? Put it in it. That's going to be the fastest way to kind of read this stuff. And we'll get one example done. And what I'll do is I won't just that information into an agent. I'll take it and make it a hybrid. So I'll get the information and we'll develop a flow with an intent and an entity to kind of show people how to make these custom to get those analytics. Gonna rock and roll. Here we go. So the first step, let's go to the Colorado Economic Development. Programs and funding. Okay, so a lot of these, there is funding and grants available. A lot of times getting it done is like, well, what's the process? What's involved? I mean, anything with the government, right? Pain in the ass. But the nice thing about it is they have a lot of their stuff listed online. So how do we fucking optimize that shit? All right. Advanced Industries Collaborative Infrastructure Grant. Sounds like something I'd be interested in, but I have no fucking clue because I don't speak government. Okay, so what do we got here, right? I'll make sure you guys can see that. All right, you can, cool. So let me go back. I gotta grab that the funding programs website. Step 3, funding grants. Okay. And really, if you wanted to just straight up read these and record it live, you could use that to train AI too. So what I'm saying is, like, if you're teaching a course or anything like that, you can train an AI chat agent to do it for you. Which, a lot of jobs are gonna get fucked up, but we didn't turn back from the internet, so we're not going back from this, all right? Just realize that and give your people the tools. Okay, so let's go into grants. Okay, so we select grants, get that filter done. Boom, okay. Get our links in. Sorry, this takes a little bit. Or click on grants. Okay, Advanced Industries Collaborative Infrastructure Grant. Sounds like something I could apply for. No, I can't. It's done. That doesn't matter. We don't want that one. We want open. I know there's a filter in here for that. Open. Okay. Can a business technical assistance at no cost? Yeah, right. You pay for this shit. But if they need some technical assistance, we're here, right? Okay, programs. What do we got here? Manager. Hi, Emma. All right, what do we got here? Coursework. Oh, dude. Emma, call me. I can put this whole fucking thing in a chat bot. Let's see, gain access. That's all we gotta do? Emma, okay. Let's do this. While we're doing this live, hey Emma, my name is Jack, and I was currently doing a tutorial live on Twitch on how to take Colorado small business grant programs, get that information, and put them into an AI chat agent that makes it easier and more accessible for people to understand. While doing that, I came across the Can a Business Growth Technical Assistance. Sounds like you guys might need an educational program that offers vertical specific content. Now, I can't do that at no cost, but if your partner here has the funding for it, I can develop that in a hurry with AI, and it's going to be one of the best programs you've got. If you'd like me to prove that, you let me know when you have 30 minutes available. Send me some of that information ahead of time, and I'll do it live. How's that? Has the funding for it, I can develop that in a hurry with AI, and it's going to be one of the best programs you've got. If you'd like me to prove that, you let me know when you have 30 minutes available. Send me some of that information ahead of time, and I'll do it live. How's that? All right, let's get back to it. Sorry, I actually just took a clip of that, so I made a video, and I'm going to send that to Emma. I'll be like, hey, Emma, I was doing a tutorial on Colorado programs, and Saw you guys could use my assistance, but a no-cost thing. Not a chance. So, if that's a deal breaker,
sorry, I actually just took a.
It is what it is.
So I made a video.
Shoo. Let's go back to another one that we can grab and get some detailed information from, where it's a little longer than just contact Emma. Skill advance, innovative housing shortage, housing price problem. There's not a shortage. Look out, that's coming. Let's go community development. Let's see what this is. We need a long one. Contact. All right. Well, since these aren't very long, you know what we should do? Let's just get them all. Boom. Okay, we're gonna do this. Get a Google Doc open, and I'll show you how to quickly get this done. So open that Google Doc. There's the one I did last night on the search. CO grants. Again, think about this. If you just read these things out loud on video, you're gonna get the transcription too. So depending on how you want to skin that cat, you know, go for it. I'm not gonna put their contact info in. If you guys want their contact info, go reach out to them on your own. Copy that. Let's go in here, paste it. Okay, what do we got? Advanced industries. We got one. Let's go to the next one. Can of business. Boom. These are I think 8 open grants. Grab it, copy it, get to the end. And just while we're kind of doing some copy and paste stuff, can we talk about Game 7 last night? Would anybody like to talk about Game 7? I mean, first of all, like, hey, congrats to everybody involved. You love the Florida coach, but I mean, how did you not want to see McDavid get one? That was fucking heartbreaking. But hey, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. And you gotta love that. Oh, look at how much shit we got on this one. Not gonna read all that. All right, we're gonna need to get that map and put that in. So, need map of, what program is this? The grant program. Colorado chips. I don't even know what chips is, but my AI is gonna learn it before I will. Need map of chips. Then I can put that into the conversational flow. All right. So, boom. I mean, we'll see if we can just take the map. We'll see if we can do it all. Because that is what I do. I break text so you don't have to. Save you a ton of time. Chips. All right, let's go chips. And these are demos for how to understand these programs. Okay, just an effective example. Colorado creates. All right, we got some arts up on here. What are we doing? Art and activities. So we got some grant money for arts. Anybody that has artistic skill, do it. I can't draw a stick figure, so this is up to you. Not me. I'm more of a tech guy. I can't draw. My daughter can, though. All right. We getting any comments yet? No, you guys didn't even come by. Whatever. Community development block grant planning feasibility. As you'll notice, sometimes during these live tutorials, I sound like I have a dick in my mouth because I can't fucking talk. Don't even ask me to type and talk. That is not happening. Which is kind of disappointing. Like, I consider myself a fairly athletic person, but fuck, you asked me to do anything on the computer and talk at the same time. It's like, what is he talking about? Let's grab this. Boom. Put it in. Boom. Okay. How many more we got? Film festival. Innovative housing. I gotta sneeze. Good thing muted that. All right. Let's grab this. And this is just going to be the information, right? But then we can also, if we want, we're going to go into this further, like map out, all right, how do you apply, you know, this, that, the other thing. And then it's really going to be an essential asset. But what we'll do is we're also turning this into a hybrid. So anybody that has questions about it or uses the app, I'll know what they're asking about, and I can make those adjustments real time. That's why it's powerful for businesses. I mean, you're going to get that feedback real time. And not only that, you're going to get that feedback and be able to train models based off a lot of that input. So skill advanced helps business. All right, dude, these should be my grants. All right, call me. I'll call you guys. Training grants, options. About the program, there isn't anything else in there. Employer grant programs. Let's see. Skill advance. View details. They see skill advance. What are these details? There ain't no. Oh, program overview. All right. This will be cool. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, cool. All right. So let's do. We'll get the skill advance PDFs. Skill advance PDFs. Okay. I need to get those. We'll download them. One. Ooh, don't change those government names. They get all mad at you. Program calendar download. And that's not a joke. So like if you're going to be using certain, it's going to be tough sometimes to retrace the names, but don't change the names and then give those references where it's required. This probably has a whole bunch of rules that I don't like, so we'll just have AI figure it out. And find your contact. Speak. What we got? Castle Rock ACC. Director. Shit. I'm gonna see you probably right after this. We'll see. Okay. Let's see. We got those downloaded. Life is good, right? Okay, so now we have our info on available grants. Now we got to go back to Agent Builder. What step are we on? Is that coming to my YouTube chat too? No, it's not. All right. So I need map of chips program. Need map of chips program. And I need the skill advance PDFs. Okay. Skill advance PDFs. All right. Now from there, we're gonna head back into Agent Builder. And how much am I lagging on my stream? But we're gonna head back into Agent Builder. Okay, let's get back into Agent Builder, and now we have to go create a new storage bucket. So let's duplicate this tab. Not pin, duplicate, unpin. You tab hoarders out there, probably going wild. All right, search bar is your best friend. Storage bucket, boom, select it. Again, if you can upload a file to an email, you can start training AI. So let's go CO state. Oh, hang on, I gotta get my link. So storage buckets, storage. It's gonna be some. Okay, let's copy that. Boom, put that in. This in, boom, okay. Now we can, let's create this new storage bucket. We'll name it CO Grants Chat. Continue. We're going multi-region AI. That means if somebody needs to access your data across the country, like New York, California, Texas, Florida, Washington, or they're going to be able to pull from those regions, and it's actually going to reduce your cost. So, cool. Class for your data, just going default standard, nothing crazy here. Like this is going to be an open bucket for people to see. But I will do uniform access control, and then I want to do one object version, so it'll protect it back to 7 days. And then when you click create, it's going to ask, do you want to prevent the public from seeing this? And my answer is no. I want them to see the information where it's coming from, right? So confirm that. Okay, so now we have our bucket. This is basically just where your information is gonna live in the bucket. Upload a file, right? So now what do we need? We need that PDF of the grant programs. File download. I'm gonna do a PDF. Just going through these over the course of time, I've always had better luck with PDFs. You can probably do text files now, and you can probably do a lot with them, but I like PDFs. All right, upload files. That's like an old dog, new tricks to AI chat agent, but whatever. So we're gonna upload that Colorado grants. Okay, that's the information we just got. We're gonna copy that bucket path. From there, what we're gonna do is go back into Agent Builder, create an app. Now that we have our storage, we're doing chat today. Agent name, CO, grants, live tutorial. Multi-region, always have when you're working with a Vertex AI conversation agent, or they're called just agents now, but Agent Builder, use that global region. It's just for the Vertex AI setup. What's incorrect? Oh, have not enabled the API on my demo accounts. bizrise.io. Okay, continue. Now we're gonna do create data store, right? This is why we had to go generate that bucket first. You can also do these on your website content and API calls. But when you also build these and you're gonna put individual data stores into the flow, there's more options. So I'll show you that too. But for right now, this is what everything's working on. And then the search has more options as well. But let's click continue, data store name, CO, grant, data, create. And when you're doing this, if you're ever doing tutorials on this, don't do it on like a fully open. See what happens? We got yard work. That's what happens. But we'll be okay. I'll just talk louder. But when your data store pops up or your agent pops up, select that data store you created, right? And then click create. That's going to start generating that AI chat agent for you based on that data store. So we're going to let that spin up. Okay, there's our new agent. Now these things, they're not going to learn right away, right? But 119, we're spinning up that PDF. It's probably like 10 pages. I bet by the time we get done making a flow with intents and entities that we'll be able to use this agent and check those programs. Or at least get some information from it. So let's check it out and see if we can do it. During lunchtime, we'll click on so we're looking for our chat agent here, not the search. Let's go into our chat agent. All right, now what you can do here is we have the start page, right? And if you leave it as is, like if you did a website map and just said, hey, I want all of my data from my website to respond to people right here, great, you can leave it, right? But you're not gonna get all the power out of these things. What really makes them powerful is turning them into a hybrid. So we got to go into the settings. Okay. First things we're going to do, enable cloud logging. We'll set this up later. But intent and user feedback, select them. Okay. Click save all the time. On GCP, turn that on. Go ahead, save it. Generative inner band phrases. Tom Brady is the best QB of all time. Okay, I don't want my chat agent saying that. Go Broncos. I know we're going through some stuff, but I don't want to hear about Tom Brady. And that is a good safety demonstration on how to get your chat agent not to say something you don't want them to. Now, is Tom Brady the best quarterback of all time? After John Elway, yeah, and Peyton Manning. But, we'll leave that debate for a later day. This is cool, generative fallback. Gotta have this, example, edit. You are a friendly AI assistant that helps with the conversation. In particular, you can route descriptions. So basically, you just put in an example of a conversation. So it'll be edit. CO grants, name it, user. Hello, can you assist me with Colorado business grants? Agent. And you want to have it kind of natural sounding, right? So what's up? That's not okay. What's up? I can assist with info on CO grants for small businesses. Can you tell me about your business or what type? No, we're not even gonna do that. We're just gonna do this. Tell me about your business and what you do. So you want to have that direct question right when it comes out of the gate. That way people are going to respond. Like, don't leave it open. Just tell me about what you do. Save. Okay. So now we got that, and then they'll say something, and it's going to respond based on that data store, which is the grant programs, right? So you got to set it up in that way. Data store. This is where you can put some little bit more information. So we'll go, your name is Biz Grant Money Jim. Shout out to Jimbo, the worst fantasy football commissioner of all time. I'm just kidding. You're a great commissioner. Cheater. No, the commissioner's legit. The commissioner's legit. It's Monty and the boys. Fucking mustache. All right. Agent name, identity. What do we got here? So you can see, like, if you need an example of where stuff's coming from, it's down there in the bottom. And you are a helpful, polite, AI-powered expert in Colorado Oh, hang on. And available Colorado small business grants. Okay. We're going to try and keep it real time with Gemini. Company name. Company description. Your BizRise.io, an AI powered education and optimization web app where I teach people how to use this shit and then use the app to optimize themselves. Your task is to assist with information on Colorado grants and how to apply. Unavailable. Fallback, okay, generative model, running Gemini. Not the newest, but alright, we'll run that one. Speech and IVR, speech to text, like I'm talking about. You want to talk to your book? Figure it out. Multimodal. Don't need that right now. So you can set up, I mean, obviously have different admins and stuff. Languages, I'm gonna need some Spanish. So we're gonna add that in. Locale, give it the US. US, save it. Add it. Security, this is an open tutorial, will be all right. But if you got some private data in, you can add layers of security. All right, so save those settings. It's going to build. Now we're going to take this puppy into a hybrid. But what we can check too, let's see if our data store is done. Because, I mean, it might be that quick. I'd honestly be surprised if it wasn't done. Oh, what are we doing over here? We're messing around, GCP? All right, we'll come back in a little bit. So now I want to be able to, the important part of a AI conversation agent is what are you learning from it and how are you going to use this data to make you better, right? Like how do you optimize it? And GCP has a ton of stuff in here. These things are very functional. You just got to figure out how to connect the dots. We'll go through all of these, but what's available, I mean, that data store is something we uploaded. You can add your website. I mean, you can add, once you get inside of these apps, I think this might be able to show us, but new data store. Okay, so no, it didn't. But we'll take a look at those inside of the app. But you can add more data stores, individual ones, the flows. This one's really cool. Generators would be good for like, this is one I wanted to, I'll do this example today too, but for everybody that's doing like food content or restaurant reviews or cooking, you know, recipe stuff. I was following, I found Instagram and I followed like a Colorado food review person the other day. I mean, I was just scrolling on that page, like food locks me in. That's my algorithm. But for like generators, for example, you can create a new one. So restaurant finder. Okay, and you can go suggest the 5 best restaurants in, and then you put city. Okay. Just by putting that little dollar sign, it's going to let it know, hey, that's a parameter. We got to say, all right, what are the 5 best restaurants in? And then whatever the user puts in, like city, it's going to say, okay, got it. We're going to drop the temperature down because we want it to be more specific. We're going to bring this up in case I got to list a little bit more words. All right, and let's click save here. I'll show you where to put that into the fulfillment. But that's a good example, right? Like, so you can have that live lookup or, hey, what's the best restaurant or Mexican restaurant in Castle Rock? You know, be like, okay, cool, go here. And you can make that data store based on those reviews you've already done. So work you've already done, work you're already doing, just use it in AI as long as you know where to put it, right? And then the best part we're going to see is the analytics and conversation history, right? Because you got to know what people are engaging with and talking about so you can get better. And then each time you're having these conversations, a model is training. So it's going to get better every day with your interactions. That's how we do it. So let's go into build and I'll show you how to, let's get to that information. All right, but we got to have it flow somewhere. And again, I explained this like watering a farm field. I worked at a farm out of college. It was an easier way for me to explain how to get these conversations to go that way. Think about it, how water would flow. Path of least resistance, right? When you're watering a farm field and you got rows, you can do one or two things. You can either spend your entire fucking day, I mean, you're going to walk the row, make sure there's not shit in there, right? But if it's not, the water's not going the right way, you can spend the entire day digging a whole fucking brand new channel all the way down, right? Or you can go up to the gate and you can make a little change, like put a little rock in there and bank the water right a little bit. And then you see where it goes. And that's kind of how it is with these AI chat agents. You don't want to dig a whole fucking ditch in one day. Little adjustments, all right? And just see where that flow goes. But in order to do that, let's pretend up here, this is where the canal will be coming in with the water. This is our gate to water the field. We want to go over into the grant program field. We want to go to the grant program. We want the water to flow to the grant programs. Conversations the same way. How are we going to do that? Well, we need to build a grant program flow right here. Out of flow, grant programs, okay? Add that in. You'll see it pop up here. Nothing here. That's because we haven't opened the gate to let the water go that way. Now, how do we know which gate to open, or how do we tell, the start page gate, open the grant program gate? Well, we got to go into manage, right? And think about this as a conversational flow, water flow conversation. If the conversation is going to flow that way, our user has been intending to ask about grant programs. So we need to help our AI identify what grant programs are so it can go that flow, right? Like, it has the power, it probably already knows more about grant programs than we're aware of, but this is for you to be able to track the data, right? So we're going to create an intent. Our user intends to talk about Colorado grants. So put in co.grants. This flow is for users who ask about grant programs in CO, okay? Now, back to the first example. Don't dig a whole fucking ditch in a day. Little changes, right? Grant programs. You're going to give it one example, just one. Don't do 300 and don't develop an AI to write 300 in a row thinking it's going to help. It is going to waste all of your time. But when you put that one example in, right, see nothing is selected, and always click on save, right? But nothing is selected, click on save. Now we have to tell our AI agent, all right, we intend to talk about grant programs. We intend to water the grant program field. We open that gate, we want to water that field. But how do you know what field that is? Well, it's an entity. That field is one of your entities, right? So if you intend to water that field, Colorado grants, or you intend for the conversation to go that way, you got to tell the AI, well, your entity of Colorado grants is over here. And we're going to identify it. Like, that's the entity we want to go to, all right? So simple example here too. And again, like, just little examples, but we'll go CO grants. So we'll go grants, grant program, CO grants for small business. And if you're looking at this being like, well, how am I going to map all this out and, figure out how not to cross paths with these? Don't worry about it too much right now. You can have AI, it'll figure out really you can use entities and different intents that have the same name. So if I say Colorado, I don't want it to only go to grants. Like, there's going to be a lot of Colorados in there. Don't sweat it too much, but that's also the reason I say don't put in 300 examples, because if I train this thing 300 fucking times to go to Colorado grants and then I put in Colorado loans, every time I say Colorado, it's going to go that way. So that's really a reason, hey, take these little chunks at a time, right? But now we got to figure out how to get our AI there. We have our flow over here, but not here. It's because we got to give that water a route, right? Let's flow it. Let's go this route is for users who ask about Colorado grants. Okay. Intent. Let's grab the one we did here. We're not going to stop the flow here. This is where you can be like, put in an agent response. It's like, hey, I am the grant expert. Which one are you looking into? And then it can ask that question. We can have it go to specific grants, which actually might be a pretty good idea. But for today, we're just going to get it to grant programs and show you really what you can do. So I'm not going to stop it there, but we'll go to the grant programs flow. And what you'll see now is boom. Okay, we're going to that grant program flow. And what we can do here is we'll add a state handler, which means what state is the conversation in. The route groups will be important, but we're going to add that data store in there. Let's just check it out. Data store, that'll be an unstructured, I believe. Yeah, CO grant data. Let's click save right there. What that's going to do is it's going to put up that request knowledge answers fulfillment. What that means is a fulfillment is just our agent responding. So our agent is going to respond with the data store that we gave it but also has the power of Gemini. So let's see if our data store is done, and we'll take a look if we can test that out. Oh, how about that action? Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to flow this. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a route group as well. But within grant programs, we gotta have a page, right? Oh, we did put the data store there, so let's just see. Let's see how this goes. Right out of the gate. Hello. Good, thanks. Can you assist me with Colorado grant programs? I mean, so the AI learned the information quicker than I can get an intent and an entity example in, right? Like, that's how powerful these things can be. The information's already there, but what you need to see now is how we can identify that. And we'll do that. We'll do another test here in a second, but with CO grants here, we came in and made this intent. I mean, it already identified it from our data store, but we're not going to get a ton of analytics from that. We need to know what's going on. So you come in and you highlight these intent examples with those entities you just created. So Colorado grants, grant program. Oh, you are picking the location. You're doing good, but I don't want that location. I want you to be grants. Okay, so we can change that. Grant program, the whole thing. And then I'm gonna do one more just as grants. Okay, this way now we're telling our AI, this is the entity we're talking about. Go that way in the flow. Life is good. Okay, and since the AI actually beat me to learning the information, I mean, check this out. Models are training every time we have that information or make those interactions, okay? Model training doesn't necessarily have to be a giant process, although it can be. But something small too can be a conversation. All right, now let's check. Sorry, I got some shit. I felt that motherfucker in my nose. Let's check how. So now we've shown you. I mean, we're identifying those intents, right? We got them highlighted with the entities. But now I want to show you really how you can start kind of tracking that and see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go hello. And what you'll see up here is it has come in and gone to the default start flow right here. And we're on the start page. That's where we are in the conversation. I'll say Colorado grants. All right, now what you see up here is it took us into that grant programs flow. We're now into that grant page. Okay, but we don't have anything there, right? It's not responding. And this is why it's kind of like, do you want to take these and go all the way hybrid, or do you want to take these and just have the AI take over? It's kind of interesting, but you got to develop hybrid. So what you can do here, grant programs, we got to get that agent to respond, right? We're at the start page, data stores, how we respond in. Okay, and when you do these and you start developing them hybrid, what can happen here, and you got to kind of like fire them up, but it's trying to go to intent responses first, right? So it does that because it can keep your cost down as well. But what we'll do to show you how to get that in there, since it beat me to the punch already, it does a better job responding just boom right out of the gate. But let's add a page, grant programs, because we need to put in the hybrid responses to what that agent says, or if people are asking, so we know what they're talking about. So let's create a route here. We're gonna get that same intent, Colorado grants. We're gonna send it to that new page we just made, grant programs, click save. From grant programs, what we can do, come into the fulfillment. This is where your agent's gonna respond. You can do data store response. I mean, there you go, right? But we can do Colorado has around, I think it was 8 grant programs available. Can you tell me more about your business? What industry are you in? Okay, that, save it, link 1, that's fine. And what we can do, sometimes it takes a little bit to get these puppies connected. You know, you gotta like fire them up like a fucking 2-stroke weed eater. Let's take a look at that and see what it does now, especially with Gemini rolling. Hello. Sometimes it's tough to be like, hey, I'm trying to build you a hybrid, but fire up with Gemini when you need to. So that's the one thing you got to kind of like keep testing until it fires up the right way. Can you tell me about Colorado grant information? Okay, never mind. Just went to GPT right out of the gate. Or went to Gemini right out of the gate, which is fine because I have that data store up there. But if I want it to go to that page to track that, we got out of state handler, that data store. Let's apply this. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the data stores to actually engage in the flow, but we'll put that grant data down there. And since you saw, I mean, it's already, it's just beat me to the punch because I have it in the first one, but I mean, that's how efficient these things can be. Yeah, we can just take it out and see if we can push it. I mean, if we can try to push it all the way down, it's like be less efficient at it, but let's try and push it all the way down to that page. And we'll put in some, so since we have something here, fulfill it. Okay, cool. And then it should take it down to, no, okay, we'll go straight there. And then what we'll do, we'll get a route group on this. Well, let's just test it first. See what it does. Because then, I mean, route groups are super important. Hello, grants. Grant programs, Colorado. So this is kind of showing you where it breaks up that conversation. Has around 8 programs available. Can you tell me more about your business? What industry you're in? I am a technology developer that makes educational content for people to learn from and use. Let's see what it says. Okay, so it looped right back to it, right? So it's not engaging that data store. Let's just say it again, because sometimes we can get these things to fire up. It's happened a couple times 4 or 5 on live. Like fire up hybrid. Right, we already got it fire in on the first one. Okay, but nothing's coming, right? So how do we go check? So we go check data store. It's not on there. All right, let's add our data store to our page. Let's check the flow. Data store is not on the flow to stop it. Okay, and let's check that default start flow again. Data store. Ooh, let's get you off. Always click save. So let's check grant programs again. Data stores. You keep showing back up. Oh, that's my page. Let's go to the flow. Data store is not there. Flow on default. Data store not there. Okay. Let's test it again. Hello, grants. So this should take it to that flow with the break. I develop technology and educational tutorials. Oh, you wanted to go. You wanted to go. Yes, I am in marketing. Okay. So let's check out. Did not save. Why are you not saving on that? Page are we in here, bud? No. We need to go into that grant programs and get this puppy to respond. Okay, request knowledge answers. So, what do we notice, right? This has been the traditional kind of answers for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this response out because that's the one that's been hitting it. Okay, get rid of that. Save it. We're going to put that up here to data stores. Let's go routes. Intents, fulfillment. We're going to put this right in here. Okay, so we're going to grants there. Now, so that should stop. Ooh, save them. That should stop it at that flow, and then we'll go into that page to see if we can generate that AI out. And this is going to make, I mean, it should make a pretty good natural conversation flow. Hello, Colorado grants. Because it's going to default to your agent responses first. Okay, so that's our breakup, right? And we're on that Colorado grant programs flow. We're not in, well, we're getting to that page, but let's go technology. What does your data store say? Sometimes you got to fire up your AI by asking it, what do you got in there, AI? But essentially, there's how you're going to make it go all the way down to that hybrid agent. And it'll start incorporating Gemini when it kind of figures out, all right, this is when I got to step up, or you have the answer. It's going to get better every conversation. And the best part about it is every time you're having a conversation with it, it's going to track it. You know, it's going to match those intents you put in. And I don't know if you get analytics this quick. I think it's a 24-hour run. But when we come back tomorrow and we check on this, you're going to have that conversation history in there with your intents. You're going to have the analytics, and then you can use that to make the content live, post all your social medias about what your customers are engaging with your AI on your platform, right? Real-time data, AI is going to be learning from every conversation. The amount of stuff you can put in these things as far as parameters, YouTube videos, programs, training. I mean, they're very flexible, right? It just is what it is. But that's essentially how we're going to get at least that one funding program in there, that funding program information. So now if I put this chat agent, and the easiest part about this, you go publish. I'll make a new environment later, but if you want to add it to your website, you just enable the unauthenticated API, click on copy, go post that HTML into your website, custom code or web view or an HTML view. iframe works, not as well though. You can do it, and then you're going to be having these conversational AI agents on your website. Can you assist me with Colorado small business funding grant information? I mean, how long has this been? How long have I been on live? 56 minutes been doing this. And I'm going to have an AI chat agent on Colorado small business grants that are available right now. 56 minutes and we were bullshitting. So, did it live. The other thing you can think about too, like we're just scratching the surface of what this tutorial is going to do. So I'm going to go back to my live scene, or my scene introduction, so we can kind of cover really what the full circle is. So this recording for the live has been 57 minutes. I went to the state of Colorado website, grabbed information on all the available small business grants currently, put it into a Vertex AI conversation agent, made that into a hybrid so we can track, the intents and what end users are talking about to have that real-time data to help you make those real-time decisions on the stuff your customers are engaging with, not what you just fucking think is happening. And we did that in 56 minutes, and that's just scratching the surface, right? Not only did we do and create that information off live information, and now we have an AI agent powered by Gemini that can also do some cool stuff with generators, but 56 minutes doing that live, I can go back through this entire live, use it for Streamlabs podcast editor, so I'll get the transcriptions and the words out of it. I'll have a full podcast that takes out all the blank spaces. I'll post that to my Wix website. Transcription is the blog post. SEO. You can take clips. You can take highlights. So you're going to have a bunch of landscape horizontal videos for YouTube that you can use for your YouTube tutorials or your courses that you're going to put on. So you're going to have another product. You can use these videos and use Twitch TV Clip It to turn them into vertical videos. Those go to YouTube Shorts, TikTok automatically, and your computer. And you hit a cross clip on Streamlabs. Use their cross clip. That'll go to Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, download your blog, whatever. So you're getting a shit ton of content. You've done a live demonstration, so you got another product with a tutorial, full course. You've shown people you can do your work live and not be full of shit. Showing people what's available. And you're gonna get a fuck ton of content. I mean, my YouTube stats alone from going live is just, so go live. Make sure you focus on YouTube videos. I mean, they plug into damn near everything I've ran into. Now, is there probably a bunch of different systems out there? I'm sure AWS, Watson X, Meta. Meta's so funny. The most powerful AI. It's like, the fuck it is, Zuck. That might be overstepping my reach right now, but I think the most powerful AI is the one that people can learn to train to be their own, not the one that Meta is using from their responses. Now, that's nothing against Meta. They're doing exactly everything they should be. So is every other big company, at least to my knowledge. But they're using powerful AI to be a better product for you, and then they'll probably use that data in your interactions to train that AI to be more specific to you, because at the end of the day, the magic word is user satisfaction. And if they can have a specific AI to you to keep you around the app longer, guess what? Or you can take these tutorials and these courses and start developing your own AI to be the most effective for you. I say that a lot, but what does that mean? The next one of the examples I'm going to do today too, is my buddy brought up a good point. He's like, "Hey man, like, I've been kind of," and he's a physical guy. He probably looks like, he's like got the body of like a Travis Kelce. Like he's a tight end looking guy, tall guy, pretty built, athlete dude. And he's like, yo, man, I've been doing some blood work. It'd be pretty cool if there was like an AI that knew about blood work and your results and like could help you really understand that language. And I was like, well, here's an idea. Now, I am not a doctor, a lawyer. I'm not a financial services professional. I'm not a professor. These are educational purpose only tutorials. That being said, those people that do know me, they're like, well, we know why you're not a fucking doctor, even though sometimes you think you can be, among other things. But what's important about that is, like, for him, let's say, for example, he wants to know more about blood work. You can go to PubMed. There's probably going to be a bunch of good white papers. There's probably going to be a bunch of good articles and studies. You can grab those, right, and use the foundation of those to train your AI so it knows about blood work information. And then you can come in here and add parameters like, all right, these are the results I'm getting. What does this mean? And it'll tell you about that. Now, I say that, please don't take this to be advice for a doctor. I'm telling you right now, this is just an idea. These are educational. For the love of God, don't take my medical advice. But you could go set that up to have that education for your agent to be like, yeah, this is kind of what it means. Always call your doctor after and reference that shit. But by who writes the papers, like, you're going to be like, yeah, it's my fucking doctor's paper, right? We'll go into that. I'll do that one maybe. But the other one I was going to go into was, so I got to do the food reviews. We'll get a YouTube video in there. And then somewhat of a legal process. Because that's the other thing that AI does. It makes educational and that really important information that's hard to understand accessible to everyone. So I'm going to map that out, probably about 4:30. But I'm going to end this recording. It's been about an hour.